You don't need a plane ticket or a passport to see these elegant European carriages. The Long Island Museum's collection includes 3 carriages and 1 sleigh, used by a Bavarian royal family from the mid to late 1800s, and a Berlin coach built in France in the 1700s and used throughout the Italian peninsula. These vehicles are rare survivors, and their design and ornamentation make for great comparisons with many American horse-drawn vehicles in LIM's collection. The Bavarian vehicles come from the family of Prince Adalbert of the House of Wittelsbach, Bavaria's rulers since the 12th century. Adalbert was the youngest son of King Ludwig I. He spent much of his life at Nymphenburg Palace, a summer residence to the west of Munich's city center. Today, this palace remains one of southern Bavaria's best places to visit. Many of the more than 40 surviving historic court carriages and sleighs are now located at the Marstall Museum in the palace stables since 1923. Of the Long Island Museum's 4 vehicles, 2 were owned by Adalbert. This dress Phaeton sleigh, with its well-executed cast and wrought iron metalwork and delicately carved wood, and this formal dress coach, which would have been used by Adalbert and possibly other officials in short travels. It may also have been Adalbert's wedding vehicle when he married the Spanish princess Amelia Felipe in Madrid in 1856. The merging of the Bourbon and the Wittelsbach royal families is represented in this coat of arms on the side door panel. Adalbert and Amelia had 5 children. Their sons, Princes Ludwig Ferdinand and Alphonse, owned the next 2 vehicles in the gallery. First, this Grand Duke, a fancy dress Phaeton owned by Ludwig. Comfortably spacious, it has appealing curved lines, a wide leather dash, and patent leather fenders, and a very long, low body with the prince's insignia on the doors. Conservation of this vehicle in the 1990s removed an excess of old varnish, which had been causing the original royal blue color to look forest green. There's one historic photograph of the Grand Duke in use from 1914, and here you can see the original lanterns, unfortunately no longer with the vehicle. The passengers are Prince Ludwig Ferdinand's sister-in-law, Princess Louise Victoria Sophie von Bern-Orleans, and her son, Prince Joseph Clemens. Princess Louise had her wedding 23 years earlier to Ludwig Ferdinand's brother, Prince Alphonse, and this is Alphonse's dress chariot, made by Binder Enne of Paris. Interestingly, this model can be seen on the pages of a Binder catalog in LIM's Carriage Reference Library collection. In that publication, it was advertised as a coupe de ville, highly customizable and variably priced at 7,000 or 12,000 francs. Binder made some of the finest formal dress vehicles in the world. Like many carriage makers, Binder also eventually became known for their work in automobiles, including work for Bugatti cars. Most surviving Wittelsbach family carriages stayed in Munich through World War I and the end of the Bavarian monarchy in 1918, and then on through the tumult of the Nazi regime and World War II. In 1958, the Long Island Museum's vehicles were purchased by Dieter Holterbosch, a German-American beer distributor who lived near the museum. Holterbosch's acquisition and transport was covered in the New York Times, seen here on the right, in May 26, 1959. Another collection highlight is this Berlin coach, with its original gilded wood exterior, featuring fine painted embellishments. The Berlin had an innovative design, with its 2 light perches. These are the 2 long members under the body, connecting the rear axle to the transom in front, giving improved stability and balance, as well as a crane neck shaped curve, allowing the front wheels to move under the body. The Berlin's most spectacular feature is its decorative painting. There's a repeating pattern below the windows of reclining lions and an eagle, emblems of the noble Italian family that owned it. The origin of the allegorical figures on the doors can be traced to fresco paintings from the Farnese Palace in Rome. These depict various trials and tribulations of the gods, including Hercules, done by the Italian artist Annibale Carracci, emphasizing for the family that owned this carriage a lineage of greatness, a message they clearly wanted to convey to everyone as they drove past. The coach spent life first with the Pianetti family in Rome. It was used by Cardinal Gaspar Bernardo Pianetti, high prelate of the pontifical court under Pope Pius IX, and then moved throughout Italy before being purchased for the museum in 1953. It had only been here for several years when it was loaned to Colonial Williamsburg for their 1956 film, The Making of a Patriot. And here, you see the coach in the film gliding down the street with a team of 4 horses, a postilion rider, coachman, and footman. As rare survivors on American soil, this collection transports us to a distinctly different time and place. You don't need to fly across the Atlantic to see an amazing collection of Western European carriages. For now, just head over to the museum. We look forward to seeing you here.